saw Firefly for the first time.
Take my love, take
I
my
had never heard of
land.
it in my life, and a friend of mine, a very good friend, had a bastard face of a husband, and he left her in the most horrible way. And we were all glad, because she deserved much better. But of course, it was at the time horrendous. So she came to stay with me, and she brought, her various comfort things, comfort food, comfort games, and books. And she said, "Can I watch this TV series?" And I worked at home, so I said, "Yeah, you probably can. I might ask you to turn it off if I'm not able to work." So of course, within the first 15 minutes, I'm completely absorbed, and I wound up sheepishly at the end of Train Job saying, "Can we watch another one?" And I devoured the whole series very quickly, and then I bought it myself, and then I bought another copy and sent it to family members. I started secretly going to visit Firefly fan boards and deleting my browser history, because I'd never been a fan of anything before, and I felt quite sheepish, actually, being so excited about a show that was over. And I was kind of amazed at myself for being so interested in it. I watched all the episodes with commentary shortly, and when I heard Joss Whedon's commentary on Objects in Space, which is one of my favorite episodes, within hours, I had both written the song Dark, Dark Eyes, and I had called up a studio in Tacoma and booked 3 days of time so that I could make a recording project with songs that I hadn't written yet. And I'd never done any of this, but I just knew that if he could do that, then I could do this. I think that it's a normal response to great art to want to make more art. I think it's probably that his writing is not just about gee-whiz gadgetry and pretty spaceships and tech objects and, sort of the fantastic tropes that people love over years, things with wings and teeth and blah, blah, blah. It's not about that. It's very much about human nature and about human beings. To me, what is so amazing about Firefly is that it's science fiction based on the premise that human beings are the same in several centuries as they are now, that we behave the same when it comes to resources and distribution of wealth, that we make the same mistakes, that we're not, that a chair is a chair is a chair and never really needs to be improved upon. He thought very hard, I think, about the universe he created and how to make it the most human universe possible, and that intrigued me very greatly. Here's someone who thinks deeply about the nature of what we are and how we behave, and that to me is great art no matter what format it comes in. And I found myself as excited about that as I was, say, about reading great literature, because I felt it is a commentary on the same level on what we are, and to me that's what makes art exciting. The music that I write is very, very steeped in nerd and fan and geek culture, but at the same time, you probably wouldn't know that, with the exception of one or two songs, if you came to it as someone who is not part of that culture. It's far too much to take, but my girl don't know how to break, so she'll make a way. She's a little girl, she'll fly true. She'll fly true. And that's very important to me. I really, I like having a broad appeal. I also like embedding meanings that particular people get. I enjoy putting a Firefly reference in. I also enjoy putting Shakespeare and Pablo Neruda references in my work. It's like burying treasure for people to find. And when someone gets what I'm talking about, then I am so overjoyed. I just love it when someone picks up on one of those things. When I perform my Nerd and Geek song, which I often do for not Nerd Geek audiences, I find that I preface it by saying, you may be a geek and not even know it, because it's about passion and it's about loving what you love and not being ashamed of that. And so you may not be the traditional kind of sitting in front of a computer stereotype that we think of, but that's not all there is to being passionate about your life, about your interests. And trying to broaden that definition means that whatever group I'm talking to, they feel, they feel unified by the experience where they might not otherwise.